Welcome to Doctoral Seminar, and congratulations to reaching this stage in your program. In this presentation, we're going to go over a few things that'll help to adjust us to the structure of how we'll conduct seminar. First, we'll talk a little bit about communication. Then we'll talk about how I'm using Blackboard for this seminar, including the course information and resources that will be available to you, and the discussion boards that will be available to you as a community of learners. And finally, we'll take a look at some next steps. What am I going to ask of you within the next week or so? First of all, there are different ways for us to communicate during doctoral seminar, but I can't stress enough how important it is that we actually do communicate. So if you have questions for me, if you want to contact me, please do so. Be sure to use your St. John's email address. Also know that we can meet face-to-face remotely via WebEx or other online tools. And then, of course, we can set up appointments and have in-person meetings. I've also created 2 forums on the Blackboard discussion section. One is for you to introduce yourselves to one another, and the other is for you to be able to have ongoing peer contact with others who are more or less in a similar or same stage as you are right now. I know that when you finish your coursework, sometimes you are not seeing people as much or having opportunities to talk as much about your work as you did when you were in courses. So this is one way that we can try to create a bit of a learning community and have the process not be so isolating. Of course, you can still meet with others who are not currently enrolled in a section with me as a dissertation mentor, but I wanted to have this opportunity for you all. So this is a little bit about what the Blackboard setup is that I have created for the class. Here you'll see course information that lists my phone number, my location in Sullivan Hall, as well as my office hours, my email address, which I think at this point you may all have, and then also my WebEx address. Now, every St. John's student has access to this WebEx tool, but if for some reason you cannot use WebEx, I'm also available via Google Hangout or Skype. Please let me know. I'm also available via Zoom. One other thing with WebEx is that you can also meet with your own peers via WebEx. As you'll see here on this information page in Blackboard, I will have other materials for you as well, and I'll talk a little bit about those in a moment. As I mentioned previously, there are also currently 2 discussion forums that I've created. One is for student introductions, and the information is included, some detailed information about what I'd like you to share with one another. And then the other is for student discussions and questions. This is one place where you can kind of meet with one another and offer each other support. And you'll see that when you look on the left-hand side of your Blackboard page, there is a menu that has the information link, which is the page, the opening page, and the page where I'll be including information, as well as the link to the discussions forum. So some of the resources that are currently or that will be put up on the Blackboard website are the Doctoral Seminar Expectations. This is a PDF letter from me to you that gives you a sense of a variety of things in this process. I'll have written a little bit about guidelines and deadlines, meetings and feedback, and how I'll get that to you and how that can work, APA guidelines. I'll discuss a little bit of academic integrity, the development of your research questions, the dissertation proposal and defense, as well as the IRB application and your dissertation study and what the defense looks like. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a bit of a long document, but really it's there so that we have clear communication of what expectations are. Then you also have the Dale Handbook. I currently have not uploaded this just yet because the Dale Handbook has been updated, but you should have a copy of the Dale Handbook. And then also I've included an exemplar dissertation proposal. While your dissertation proposal is not expected to look 100% like this one does, really this gives you a sense of the kind of depth that you want to be moving toward. And again, this is a process. What you're seeing on the Blackboard page is a completed dissertation proposal. That's where you're moving toward. But the idea is really that you will be set up very, very strongly toward your actual dissertation. And then the work that you do in these semesters really will help build a really strong foundation and give you less additional work later on as you're actually doing your dissertation. Here you will also find any inboxes that I've created for you to submit anything that I'm asking you to submit. So let's talk a little bit now about next steps and completion of information for me. I've created a template, and again, this is on the information page in Blackboard that requests student information and research summary from you. This is not intended to be very lengthy. This is really in bullets or in brief statements or brief sentences. What can you tell me about your study? I've met with some of you already, but for those who haven't, this will give me some additional opening information. There's also a brief mentor statement on this document because I want to be sure that we're clear that if I'm working with you as your mentor in dissertation seminar, that in this doctoral seminar, that we will continue to work together through your defense. That is one thing that I will ask you to please submit, and the inbox has already been created in Blackboard, and you'll see the due date on Blackboard for that. Secondly, I'm asking you please to introduce yourself to your peers via the discussion board for which you saw a screenshot. That is all that I'm asking for now. I'm really looking forward to working with you this semester and in the future. Please know that you can email me or you can call me. I'm really looking forward to working with you, and I'm here to support you. Thank you.